It's one of the biggest deals in the Indian pharmaceutical sector in a decade. Torrent Pharma is acquiring a controlling stake in JB Chemicals from a private equity major, KKR. Varsha joining in with more details.
Yeah, thank you for that. So yes, this is the biggest deal in the pharma industry, and this deal is going to be into two phases. One is which includes a direct acquisition of 49.19% stake by Torrent, which includes ESOPs as well. The total consideration for this stake stands at around 12,275 crore, which will be followed by an open offer of 26% of shares. Torrent will subsequently merge JB Chemicals with itself, and the possible equity dilution for Torrent Pharma would be ranging from 5.3 to 10%. How Torrent is going to fund this acquisition? One is they're seeking shareholder approval to raise 5,000 crores in the upcoming annual general meeting, and the remaining amount will be funded through debt. Torrent currently raises commercial papers at around 6%. Now this acquisition provides access to leading brands in chronic segment, and they are also going to enter into untapped therapeutic areas like ophthalmology, wherein JB Chemicals has a good future, and this also make an entry into the CDMO space, which is actually growing into double digit for JB Chemicals, and this enables the consolidation in key international markets and greater ability to scale up. Onto the valuation of deal, if I were to talk about the acquisition and the open offer price, if you see, are at 10.65% discount to JB Chemicals last closing price, and Torrent is paying 5.9x FY27 EV to sales and 21.5x FY27 EV to EBITDA, which is considered a fairly competitive valuation. How this is going to impact Torrent Pharma? This will add 4,300 crores in revenue and 750 crores of profit, and this acquisition will contribute about 33% to Torrent's expected FY26 revenue and 29% to FY26 profit. And please do remember that this is an EPS accretive from FY27 itself, and the investors are are excited because Torrent, given the history of acquisitions done by Torrent, the acquisitions have been really successful for them. Lastly, if I want to talk about how brokerages are taking this, so HSBC had maintained buy on Torrent Pharma, and they say that deal will boost Torrent's standing in chronic therapies in India and also add international CDMO's capabilities. They believe the deal offers next leg of growth for Torrent, and they wait for deal closure. Jefferies, on the other side, they see that this provide entry into CDMO operation for exports, and assume such deal is funded 75% from debt, and the combined net debt to EBITDA would stand at around 2.5x according to Jefferies. And Torrent's past acquisitions have been focused on strengthening its presence in the India market and have been accretive to shareholders according to Jefferies. So overall, a good deal for Torrent Pharma.
So Torrent in action, and Parag bhai, you spoke about it earlier, but is Torrent a buy today? Or is
in my view, yes.
Yeah, today?
Yes.
And what about JB? Because your open offer is at a discount?
Lower price. So in open offer, you will, I don't think in open offer nobody is going to subscribe.
No one should tender their
shares.
So
Torrent Pharma will end up holding 46% stake of KKR. Plus the 2.5% stake which they are going to buy from employees. I think that they'll have to suffice with that 49-50% stake, and might be then they might decide to buy from market and so on and so forth.
So what do you do today if you hold any of these?
No, I think Torrent Pharma is a good, as such it's a great company. It has a chronic portfolio, right? I keep telling this to people, chronic pharma company are actually better than FMCG companies, because chronic pharma companies have, you consume blood pressure and cholesterol tablets every day, right? It's a lifestyle disorder, right? And it is growing in at least 8 to 9 to 10% or more, which is right now missing in FMCG.
So, we should take a second to just explain that. Pharma companies which have medicines for chronic diseases, those patients have to take those medications for their life, like diabetes and blood pressure, etc.
Absolutely.
So that's
and Torrent Pharma is in cardio or blood pressure and all these lifestyle disorders. Torrent Pharma is one of the best companies.
In your opinion, of course, a lot of attention is going to go to the valuation of this deal and the fact that it's a great deal for Torrent Pharma.
Yeah.
But would you say that for a person entering for the first time, is valuation a barrier right now, or do you say discounted for the next 3 years comfortably if you're buying?
I'll tell you, the EPS accretion will start from FY28.
Okay.
So whoever is buying today has to keep a long-term view. That is for, but that is for almost all the stocks.
Charts very quickly, Torrent.
No, I wouldn't buy. In fact, just as a quick insight, this did pop on my radar when I was doing my weekend analysis. The move, markets probably already sensed it because the Friday move was a breakout, a gap up, and sustained on a very big volume up move. However, from the last 3.5 months, Torrent has been in a range of 3,100 on the downside and about 3,350 on the upside. So closer to the upper end of the range doesn't make sense. And now with this kind of news, if you get a breakout closer to, let's say, 3,450, 3,500 mark, then the risk reward ratio is not in your favor. You're better off booking profits if you've been holding on for some time rather than buying today. So I wouldn't suggest an entry just yet. Perhaps once again on decline closer to the 3,100, 3,200 range if it comes, on account of profit booking, makes sense to buy there.
Okay.